A dragonfly spends most of its life underwater, yet almost everyone remembers it as the glittering insect dancing through the air. That tiny detail completely changes how you see it. The graceful hunter above the pond is actually the final chapter of a much longer story, and almost everything important happens before it ever spreads its wings. Even stranger, the body that makes dragonflies look so effortless is packed with engineering ideas that humans still admire. So how does a creature begin life, hidden in muddy water, transform into one of nature's greatest aerial predators, and quietly help entire ecosystems at the same time? The story begins with an adult female searching for calm water. Depending on the species, she lays her eggs on aquatic plants, floating vegetation, or directly into the water. At first, nothing seems dramatic. The eggs are tiny and easy to miss. But inside each one, an extraordinary hunter is already developing. When the eggs hatch, the young dragonfly does not resemble its parents. It emerges as a nymph, sometimes called a larva, and this stage lasts far longer than its life in the air. For many species, the nymph remains underwater for 1 to several years. The adult may live only a few weeks or months. Imagine spending years preparing for a performance that lasts only a single season. Life underwater is anything but peaceful. Dragonfly nymphs are fierce predators. They feed on mosquito larvae, small aquatic insects, worms, tadpoles, and sometimes even tiny fish. They do not chase prey with endless speed. Instead, they rely on patience and one incredible biological tool. Their lower jaw is unlike anything most people expect. It folds beneath the head like a hidden arm. When prey comes close, that jaw shoots forward in a fraction of a second, grabs the victim with sharp hooks, and snaps back almost instantly. It looks less like an insect and more like a tiny spring-loaded trap. Nature invented this mechanism millions of years before humans built mechanical grabbers. As the nymph grows, it cannot simply stretch its skin. Like other insects with exoskeletons, it molts. Each molt reveals a larger body underneath. Over many months, or even years, muscles strengthen, wings slowly develop inside the body, and the young hunter prepares for its biggest transformation. Then comes the moment most people never witness. The mature nymph crawls out of the water onto a reed, rock, or nearby plant. Timing matters. It usually happens when conditions are suitable for the fragile transformation ahead. The old skin splits open along the back. Slowly, the adult dragonfly pulls itself free. For a while, it looks surprisingly weak. Its wings are crumpled. Its body is pale. It cannot fly yet. Fluids pump through the delicate wing veins, expanding them like tiny inflatable structures. The exoskeleton gradually hardens. Colors become brighter. Only after this careful process does the dragonfly launch into the air for the first time. That first flight is not just beautiful. It is the beginning of a completely different lifestyle. Now look closely at the adult body, because almost every feature has one job: hunt efficiently. The head is dominated by enormous compound eyes. Each eye contains thousands of tiny visual units called ommatidia. Together, they provide an exceptionally wide field of view and remarkable sensitivity to movement. Dragonflies are among the best visual hunters in the insect world. They can detect tiny flying prey while tracking their own position at the same time. Between the compound eyes sit short antennae. Unlike many insects that rely heavily on smell, dragonflies depend much more on vision. Their antennae are relatively small because their eyes do most of the hard work. Below the eyes are strong chewing mouthparts. Once a mosquito, fly, or other insect is captured, powerful jaws quickly break it apart. There is no wasted motion. Every part of the feeding process supports rapid hunting. The thorax is the engine room. Massive flight muscles fill this section of the body. Attached to it are 4 transparent wings that work independently rather than as locked pairs. This gives dragonflies astonishing control. They can hover, fly backward, make sudden turns, and change direction with incredible precision. Watching one chase prey feels almost unfair. A mosquito thinks it has escaped. The dragonfly quietly disagrees. Its long abdomen is more than a decorative tail. It houses much of the digestive, reproductive, and circulatory systems while helping maintain balance during flight. At the tip are specialized structures used during reproduction. Dragonflies also perform one of nature's most unusual mating sequences, forming what is often called a mating wheel. where the male and female briefly connect in a circular position. Their legs create another surprise. They are not designed for graceful walking. In fact, dragonflies are rather clumsy on land. Instead, the legs form a basket-like shape during flight. As prey approaches, those legs scoop insects directly out of the air. It is less like catching food with hands, and more like flying through the sky, carrying a tiny net. Now the question becomes even bigger. Why should humans care about dragonflies at all? The first answer is simple. They help control insect populations. Both nymphs underwater and adults in the air consume enormous numbers of small insects, including mosquitoes. They are not magical mosquito exterminators, and no single species can eliminate mosquitoes completely. But dragonflies are valuable natural predators that contribute to keeping insect populations in balance. Their second contribution is quieter, but just as important. Dragonflies are excellent indicators of environmental health. Because their life cycle depends on clean freshwater habitats, healthy dragonfly populations often suggest that ponds, wetlands, and streams are functioning well. When these habitats become heavily polluted or degraded, sensitive dragonfly species may decline. Scientists sometimes study dragonfly communities to better understand changes in freshwater ecosystems. They also connect food webs. Dragonflies eat many smaller animals, yet they are also food for birds, frogs, fish, spiders, and other predators. Remove them, and the balance shifts in multiple directions. There is another lesson hidden inside their story, one that has nothing to do with insects. People often celebrate only the spectacular moment when the dragonfly takes flight. Few notice the years spent underwater, growing quietly, molting again and again, surviving countless dangers. The beautiful ending exists because of the invisible preparation before it. Nature repeats this pattern everywhere. Strong forests begin with tiny seeds. Coral reefs grow one small organism at a time. Dragonflies remind us that impressive results are often built during stages nobody applauds. So the next time one flashes blue or green across a pond, do not see only a beautiful insect. See a patient survivor that mastered two completely different worlds. It hunted beneath the water before ruling the sky. It protects ecosystems while asking for almost nothing in return. And hidden inside those shimmering wings is one of nature's most remarkable stories of growth, engineering, and resilience. Once you know that story, a dragonfly is no longer just another insect passing by. It becomes proof that some of the greatest transformations happen long before anyone notices the final flight.